Hi, good afternoon, class. My name is Carl J. Pajardo, a BS English 2. So, our topic for today is all about principles, policies, and dimension. So, before we're going to tackle our topic, I will read the objective first. At the end of the discussion, we will able to K. Define and experience the concept of early intervention, process of inclusion Philippine model in the context of exclusive education. S. Analyze real-life cases, studies, propose appropriate strategies for early intervention, process of inclusion, and transition program. For A. Demonstrate empathy and understanding towards students with diverse learning needs. Now, let us jump up into our main topic. So, early intervention is the process of inclusion in the Philippines context and transition programs for students with disabilities. So, our first topic is early intervention. What should it be? This refers in a service provided to young children birth of age 3 with development delays rather. It targets case developmental areas such as physical, cognitive, communication, and social and also emotional skills. The goal is to provide necessary support to children and their families early to improve long-term outcomes. So, as we talked earlier, physical skills which is crawling, walking, building. Our third is cognitive skills which is thinking, learning problem solvings. Lastly, we have communication skills which is listening and talking. So special learners serve under idea. We have here 5. First is the autism, second is communication disorder, third is deaf and blindness, fourth is mental retardation, and last is visual impairments. Now, let us continue with the process of inclusion Philippine model or the second policies. So, inclusive education in the Philippines ensures that learners, regardless of their abilities, have equal opportunities in a non-discriminatory learning environment. This requires flexible teaching methods, assistive devices, and a responsive, child-friendly atmosphere. Teachers and school professionals play a crucial role in the fostering inclusive education. In addition, inclusion is seen as a process of addressing and responding to a diversity of needs of learners. All learners through increasing participation in learning, cultures, and communities, reducing exclusion within an form of education. So, the child with special needs vision, example, self-instruction, self-monitoring, self-reinforcement, self-determination. Now, let us move on to the inclusive education. So, in putting the right to education into action by including all learners respecting their diverse needs, abilities, and characteristics, and eliminating all forms of discrimination in the learning environment or the UNESCO of 2009. Okay? Now, from the Philippine inclusive education is a process where all types of learners with diverse needs are given equal opportunities for a meaningful life and discriminatory environments. These environments fosters belongings through culturally, spiritually sensitive, learner-centered curriculum, learning process delivery modes, and setting. Inclusion of students with disabilities in the Philippines. Process of inclusion. First is education has dual responsibilities to ensure right to education, which is correct. Next is flexible teaching methods with innovative approaching and teaching aids and equipment, assistive devices, and learning resources. responsive, child-friendly environment, professional environment working deliberately and active to promote inclusion to all. Now, let us continue to our third policies and dimensions, which is transition program. So what could it be? What is the true meaning of transition program? Transition program, okay, so transition program is designed to help students with disabilities, particularly those with mental retardation, prepare for adulthood. It focuses on how full participation, empowerment, and productivity. So these are the key concepts included in this kind of program, which is the transition program. So you have here first is the daily living skills, managing personal needs and maintaining relationships. Second is the personal and social skills, developing self-awareness and confidence. Third is occupational guidance and prepare actions, helping students find vocational training and job opportunities. These documents highlight that collaboration among SPED teachers, regular teachers, parents, community, volunteers is essential for the success of inclusive education and transition programs. These programs aligns the global effort to promote inclusivity and emphasized by UNESCO. Now, so in addition, full participation is described as involvement of a person with mental retardations in the different activities in the community. Empowerment pertains to making choices and decisions and being able to control one's life and demonstration of these skills in assurance that person with mental retardation could already live in a dependent life. Productivity refers the ability of a person with a mental retardation to engage oneself in work on any activities that will provide him, her with income in finance and he only needs. So that's all our report. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.